Hey everyone, it's another talking race walking video, and this time I've got a shoe review for you. I've been really looking forward to getting this shoe right here. So it's a Saucony Kinvara, so you can't see what's inside, but I'm gonna open it up with you, and I'm gonna talk about this shoe. So, welcome to a talking race walking shoe review. All right, here we go. We get right to it. Anyways, great Saucony box. It actually has a pace chart on the back. Saucony or Saucony, whichever you'd like to say. I think it's Saucony, not Saucony, as I hear many people say. So anyways, here we go. So we'll open them up, and we're going to pull one out and talk about the shoe. So taking the paper out, and we're going to talk about the Saucony Kinvara 16. Okay, so there it is. Side view, the medial side of the bottom, and the top. That looks like from the front and the back. So, what shoe is this? This is a lightweight training shoe from Saucony. I've worn quite a few pairs of these. I think it goes back to either Saucony Kinvara 11 or 12. I've worn the 12, the 13, not the 14, the 15, and the 16. The 14, Saucony made a few changes that I didn't like, and I don't think a few other people did. I have a few friends who didn't notice the difference. I did. They changed the thickness of the midsole. The drop was a little bit more. The foam was firmer. The mesh in the shoe was a little more, was just tougher, wasn't as soft and pliable. And the shoe feel really changed. So if you liked the Saucony 15, and you liked the 12 and 13, I think you're going to like this one. I liked the last model that came out. It felt pretty familiar to what I'd worn before. The shoe is a lightweight running shoe. I really like it for race walking, and I'll give you the stats on it. Okay, so we got $160 in Canada, so it's probably a little bit less in the US. It's got about 4 colors, 7.3 ounces. Okay, so 7.3 ounces, that's about 206 grams. To give you a comparison, the Saucony Endorphin Speed Elite Racing Shoe is 7 ounces. This is 7.3. I've done actually a piece, an article, and a review on this shoe and other shoes, and this is often overlooked. People that go out and get really fast racing shoes or the big beefed up super shoes because they think they want to be light and fast. This is often overlooked. It's really light. 7.3 ounces. I mean, there aren't that many race shoes out there that get lighter than this. Most of the super shoes are in around this lightness. And the other thing that's interesting especially for race walkers, is the drop, which is the difference between the midsole height at the heel and the toe, is only 4 millimeters. It's not zero. It's not a perfectly flat zero drop shoe, but it's 4 millimeters. So you still have to feel like it's a little bit higher than the heel, but it's not big and chunky. Which is usually good for race walk, because you want that nice transition from heel, roll right through, and then toe off. This doesn't have a big heel. It's not interrupting that. It's got good flex while still having some stability. It doesn't twist like a wet noodle, but it is quite flexible at the same time. You can see in through here, it's scooped out, but if you look here as well, it's not cutaways, so you still feel like you have a really stable shoe if you have a neutral foot. Okay, there isn't much in here to stop your foot from rolling over. There isn't any dual density foam or thicker foam to stop anybody who overpronates. But it's basically one layer of what they call PWR run cushioning. It hasn't changed from the last model. It's basically just one chunk of cushioning right there. On the bottom, you'll see that basically it's just midsole. There's no real sort of carbon fiber outsole to guard against wear and everything. You've got one spot here and one here for the really high traffic, the high impact zones, right, to give you a bit more wear. But this is not your high mileage training shoe. This is your lightweight running or walking shoe. I like it for race walk training, but I don't expect to get like 800 miles out of it. This one I usually get maybe 500 kilometers out of it if I'm lucky, and then I change it into just a regular walking shoe and I squeeze a few more miles up. But I really enjoy it because it's super light, it's super responsive. It's got good cushioning, especially at the initial part when you're training with it. Towards the end, it does bottom out quite a bit and it's not as responsive, but it's still super light. It's got a nice flex, nice roll. I really like the weight. So this is a great update. So this is the Saucony Kinvara 16. Comes in 4 colors in the men. $160 Canadian, 7.3 ounces. I think it's a great addition to someone's roster of training shoes. You may want something more if you're putting a lot of miles in, but for speed work or for tempo stuff, or you want just something for quick and light fast days, this is a great shoe. Really should try it out. It won't break the bank. It's super light. Okay, I'm going to throw this back in the shoe. Other thing to remember is you want to make sure you have the right shoe for your foot. Okay, so if you have orthotics, this might be a shoe for you. You can slide it in. It might be a good platform, but check the depth. If you overpronate or need more support in your shoe, this isn't going to provide it. It's not a stability shoe. It's a cushioned, lightweight trainer. It won't stop your foot from rolling over. But good if you've got a neutral foot or no real foot issues. That's great. It fits pretty true to size, at least my experience. It used to come in a regular and a wide. I only see it in a regular right now. I'll have to double check that for you. But the forefoot is roomy, but not extra wide, and it's not narrow. Fits pretty comfortably. Good heel cup on it, nice and cushioned. The tongue is not thin, but not big and puffy. The mesh is nice and soft and vented without being too airy. I like that. And getting back to fit and comfort, make sure it fits well for you. Any walking shoe or race walking shoe you have, go in, try it on, make sure the person measures your foot, or you check the length when you're standing up to make sure you have at least like a thumbnail's width or a good amount of room at the toe, so that when your foot gets hot or you slide, you're not banging the end. Check the width so that it's snug but not tight and not sloppy. And then as well, take it around, walking around in it. There should be no break-in period for a running or a race walking shoe. It should be comfortable from the get-go. It should feel good. And the rule, unfortunately, although we have science and technology and all these new things to try and make our shoes faster and more responsive, everybody's got a different foot, different biomechanics, different weight, all those type of things. So what works for you may not work for others. Take that into account. And what's the best shoe for race walking? Once again, I'll bring you examples. I'll try and review anything, get my hands on. But what it really comes down to is what works well for you, for your weight, your height, your style, your pace, the material you're walking on, all those things. It's what shoe seems to work best for you and allow you to race walk as smoothly as and efficiently as you can. So it's what you feel works best for you. I'll kind of give you recommendations on the shoes and based on kind of what I think should work. And coming up soon, hopefully I'll do a talk on super shoes. Looking to get a hold of a friend who's kind of an expert in shoes, and I'd like to sort of talk about the science and what I think of those big, beefy super shoes and whether or not race walkers should be using them. Anyways, so that's it from me. Go check out the Saucony Kinvara 16. I think it's a great shoe. Good roster if it works for well, if you have the right foot for it. Anyways, happy walking.